naked, as it were, in front of a whole bunch of people, and something going wrong became very fearful, and she became extremely frightened of it. And so she started talking about the possibility of doing a concert to get rid of that fear. She has her Oscar, and she has her Emmy, and the Grammy, and the Tony, has done all of that, but truly to go out on a concert tour is part and parcel of the whole spectrum of somebody of Barbra's, complete talents.
And so Barbra began her return to the stage with 2 highly acclaimed New Year's performances in Las Vegas. To help bring Barbra's vision to life, the performer turned to longtime friends and collaborators Alan and Marilyn Bergman and Marvin Hamlish.
I just thought to myself, the possibility of working with truly the greatest vocalist around, I thought was just something that you just don't say no to, number one. I also just thought it was going to be a very historic kind of event for her to come back to the stage after 27 years. And in any way that I could help, I wanted to be a part of it.
It wasn't accidental. No, he knew it.
I think Barbra has become the voice of a major consciousness of this country. And people are looking at her for inspiration, and not just vocally, which of course she can do. I mean, she sings somewhere, and in the words of Barbra, thunder, but people are really amazed by what it is she's saying and how she's saying it.
I thought we got to see a personal side of Barbra Streisand. She showed her personality a lot. Aside from her voice, her whole self was just very warm, very funny, and very entertaining.
Nothing, nothing, nothing.
For those of you who couldn't be there, tonight HBO brings you Barbra Streisand, the concert. It's coming up in just 13 minutes. You don't need tickets. You just need HBO.
The Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith!
Yes, question?
Jimmy, you've won your 2nd straight Super Bowl. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to HBO's Inside the NFL.
Inside the NFL premieres Thursday, September 8th on HBO.
You guys know a good barber in town?
We remember when he used to be such a nice boy.
What do you think this is, a game? What makes people evil? Hey, accidents will happen.
Macaulay Culkin, The Good Son, premieres Saturday, September 3rd on HBO. Better put the kids to bed for this one.
Tonight's event is part of HBO's long-time association with Barbra Streisand. The first of 3 events to bring the two together was Putting It Together, the making of the Broadway album. In 1986, HBO aired the documentary which gave viewers a personal behind-the-scenes look at Streisand during the creative process. It included her insights as to why certain songs like Send in the Clowns and this one were chosen for the album.
Putting it together, that's what counts. Ounce by ounce, putting it together.
Streisand and HBO put it together again in December of 1986 when HBO aired Barbra Streisand, One Voice, an intimate outdoor concert held for close friends at Barbra's Malibu Ranch compound. It was her first time singing in public in many years, and the anticipation and the cause made the concert a phenomenal social and political success. It raised money and consciousness against problems that threaten the world. And tonight again, it's Streisand and HBO.
At 5 feet 7 inches, Kevin Kelly is 126 pounds. 6 foot 6 inch Lennox Lewis is 233 pounds. Mr. Kelly has a 70-inch reach. Mr. Lewis has an 83-inch reach.
Check.
Mr. Kelly is the undefeated WBC featherweight champion. Mr. Lewis is the undefeated WBC champion, the first from Great Britain in nearly 100 years.
That's heavyweight champion.
Heavyweight
You ain't lying.
Pound for pound, the best fighters in the world fight here. HBO.
And change that damn music.
Stand up and let's fight.
Mr. Lewis would like to invite you to another match. His title defense against #1 ranked Oliver McCall. World Championship Boxing. Lewis versus McCall. Live Saturday, September 24th, only on HBO.
HBO Wednesday night, the best hour of comedy on TV. Don't miss it, ever.
First on Dream On, Martin's about to have a spurt of creativity.
Who wrote this?
Oh, just some guy.
Is it to be or not to be?
What's my first line?
Every critic in town is here. Would it be bad form if I offered to blow each and every one of them?
Then on Larry Sanders.
Who's that big stud in the mustache?
Did you know that Regis is getting a late night show of his own?
I want you to be my sidekick.
The show's in for a shake-up.
I know about Regis. Jesus Christ!
Dream On and Larry Sanders, the best hour of comedy on TV. Next Wednesday night at 10, only on HBO.
We're deploying 100,000 troops into the 12 major cities of this country.
Slam dunk is a covert exercise we're running with the CIA. Do you think there's a military plot to take over this government?
You're going to tell the president what you know when you're going to tell him now.
I think someone's on to us.
We're going to find out who they are, what they're planning, and how to stop them.
What are you going to do about it?
You know who Judas was, Colonel.
Forrest Whitaker, Sam Waterston, Dana Delaney, and Jason Robards, The Enemy Within, an HBO original movie, Tuesday on HBO. It couldn't happen here, could it?
The Academy Award-winning song, The Way We Were, was written by Barbra Streisand's longtime friends Marilyn and Alan Burton.
Like the corners of my mind.
The song originally began, Daydreams like the corners of my mind. And the last verse began, Memories like the corners of my mind. It was at the suggestion of Streisand that the first verse was later changed, so that it too began, Memories like the corners of my mind.
When Barbra performs a song that we've written, and when I say we, I mean my husband Alan and myself and whatever composer is involved, it's always much better than when we imagined it.
You're only 7 minutes away from Barbra Streisand, the concert.
Want a sure thing? How about a new movie every Saturday night on HBO?
Yeah.
No repeats.
What do you think this is, a game?
52 weeks a year.
I like this game!
Guaranteed in September.
A guarantee.
The HBO original movie event of the year, The Burning Season.
Stop it!
Raul Julia, Edward James Olmos, Sonia Braga, Isai Morales.
What's next? Forgot to say Simon Says.
Big Hollywood movies. Demolition Man.
Buckle up.
Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock.
What I wouldn't give for some action.
The Good Son, with Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood.
He scares me sometimes.
Striking Distance, starring Bruce Willis and Sarah Jessica Parker.
That's right.
It's nice to have one guarantee in life.
Trust me.
A new movie.
Brilliant idea.
Guaranteed.
Best day of the year!
Want a sure thing? HBO Saturday nights.
We all know the power of her voice, but few of us know of her strong commitment to the issues of our time. For instance, Barbra Streisand recently received the ASCAP Harry Chabin Humanitarian Award in recognition of her willingness to face tough issues like AIDS, domestic violence, nuclear threat, and other such crises head-on.
When a cure is found for this disease, it will be because of love and compassion, as much as it will be because of science. We're all too aware of how many children go to bed each night hungry, how many people are homeless, How many of the elderly are not receiving the care that a civilized society should provide?
Over the years, Streisand has also been outspoken on the way society views women in power.
He's assertive, she's aggressive. He strategizes, she manipulates. He shows leadership, she's controlling. He's committed, she's obsessed.
And she has become one of the most extraordinary women of her time. In just minutes, Barbra Streisand, the concert. You don't need tickets. You only need HBO.
HBO requests the pleasure of your company.
When can I see him?
For a positively scandalous affair.
Is there someone else?
The Age of Innocence. Coming in October on HBO.
Arthur Ashe, a brilliant athlete who became an inspired leader. Of his fatal illness, he thought,